guys, my name is Renee and I am a good enough mom, and I love sharing tips and tricks for things that make my life simpler and easier. At the moment, I'm also sharing some projects that we're busy doing that help us to make money, to save money, to declutter, to use up waste materials, to learn about the world around us, and I'd love to take you along on our journey. We are hoping to start homesteading soon, and our farming philosophy will be an eclectic mix of permaculture, organic, no-dig, back to Eden type of methods. The one thing that all these methods have in common is mulch, mulch, mulch. I have tried to do this in my own vegetable garden here in town, but I've realized how hard it is to find enough mulch. So I knew that we would need to make a plan for our homestead. Therefore, we have decided to buy a shredder and cutter. So here is our new GHE-135-L compact silent electric shredder by Stihl. And before we even get started with the review, I just want to mention that both my husband and I are a bit technically and mechanically challenged. So in many ways, homesteading is going to be challenging us to the maximum. So this review is one done by just two normal people that don't always learn things very easily. We ordered our shredder through a Stihl agent from Riversdale Garden Services, and he very kindly offered to set up and build the machine for us. I would highly recommend making use of this service if it is offered to you, because it saved us hours of frustration. And even he experienced some difficulty with the setting up of the machine, but luckily he had a direct line to a technical assistant that could give him the technical advice that he needed. So when we got home, all we needed to do was cut a few branches, plug the machine in, and off we go. Now, it started off really well. It is super easy to use as it pulls the branches in, and it is also super quiet, which works very well in a suburban neighborhood. But after a while, the new branches wouldn't go in, and the feeder chute was just filled with leaves. Luckily, the gentleman that we bought our machine from had made us this handy-dandy tool. It is just long enough to move things around in the chute without touching the blades. Also, the machine has a very nifty function that feeds the sticks through the blades in one direction. But then, if they get stuck, you can switch directions to get the things out of the blade again. This worked very well with cleaning up the chutes. Now, the type of vegetation that we were cutting was hibiscus plants. And what I never realized is that hibiscus has a lot of sap inside that is very, very sticky and gooey. So on the first day, all the sticks and the goos really stuck to the blades of the machine so that it could not turn anymore. All the how-to videos that we watched beforehand said that you need to use fresh vegetation and not let it lie. But after a few tries, we decided that the hibiscus vegetation was just too sticky and gooey on the first day, and that was most probably what was causing our problems. So we let it lie for a day and we tried the next day. The next day it worked much better, but it was still quite sticky and gooey and kept on getting stuck in the blades of the machine. So we waited a third day, and on the third day it worked like a dream. If it happened to get stuck in the machine, we could just reverse the blade direction, and then everything would become unstuck and we would be able to continue. What we also did to help our machine work more effectively is we took off all the flowers, which was where there was a lot of sap and was causing a lot of the gumming up. The first and second day we also took off a lot of leaves, and that also helped a lot that it was only sticks going through the chute. The third thing that we did to improve the function of the machine is that we tightened the blades so that they chop far more finely. This way it didn't get gummed up quite so quickly as when bigger pieces were going through. So to summarize, This machine is doing exactly what we wanted it to do. It is able to turn all our big sticks into mulch for our vegetable garden. It's really going to help with composting a lot because we live in a very dry area, and if you put big sticks into the compost, they really don't break down very easily. It works very quietly and efficiently. It is perfect for home garden use. So all in all, I do think that this was a very good buy. Our only problem was that our vegetation was too wet initially. So even though all the advice we had received was to try and mulch the sticks as soon as possible, we think that it will be better for certain types of vegetation to first let them lie for a few days before trying to cut. We did try to cut some other vegetation, for example some milkwood branches, and they cut through very easily on the first day after cutting them off the tree. So I think it depends a lot on the type of vegetation that you use. You're welcome to ask any questions about the shredder cutter in the comments below.